Years old now. My hands shake a little when I hold a cup of tea. My knees complain before the weather changes, and every mirror I pass quietly reminds me that time never asked for my permission. But if there's one thing age has given me, one thing that no book, no degree, no amount of money could ever teach, it's clarity, painful clarity, honest clarity. And today, I want to give you something it took me 52 long years to learn. Not because I'm wiser than you, but because I wasted so much time being blind. When I was young, I thought life was long, endless. I believed there would always be another chance, another year, another conversation, another tomorrow. I chased success like it was the finish line, convinced that once I arrived, life would finally begin. I worked harder than my body wanted to. I ignored people who loved me because I was busy. I postponed joy. I postponed rest. I postponed love. I told myself, later. Later became my favorite word. And that word quietly stole my life. At 21, I thought I knew everything. At 30, I thought I was finally getting it right. At 40, I thought I was behind. At 50, I thought I still had time. At 60, I realized time was no longer on my side. And now, at 73, I understand something so simple, so obvious, that it hurts to admit how long it took me to learn. Life is not about becoming someone. It's about being someone, now. You see, no one tells you this when you're young. Everyone talks about building a future, but no one warns you that while you're building it, you might be burning the present to the ground. I missed birthdays because of work. I missed quiet mornings because I was chasing louder victories. I missed chances to say, "I love you," because I assumed people already knew. Let me tell you something important. Assumptions are expensive. They cost you relationships. They cost you memories. Sometimes, they cost you people forever. I remember one night clearly. I was in my early 40s. My father called me. I didn't answer. I was tired. I told myself I'd call him back tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. He passed away 2 weeks later. That unanswered call still rings in my head. Not loudly, but constantly. Regret doesn't scream. It whispers. And it follows you quietly for the rest of your life. For decades, I believed happiness was something you earn after suffering enough. That if I just endured stress, sacrifice, and exhaustion, joy would be my reward. But here's the truth I learned too late. Happiness is not a reward. It's a practice. It's built in small moments, in conversations, in laughter, in stillness. And if you ignore those moments, no achievement will ever fill that space. Another lesson it took me 52 years to learn is this. No one is watching you as closely as you think. I wasted so much time worried about opinions that didn't matter, trying to impress people who wouldn't remember my name in 10 years. I stayed quiet when I should have spoken. I stayed small when I should have grown. Fear disguised itself as being realistic, and I listened. Fear is very convincing when it speaks calmly. I also learned that money solves problems, but not the ones that keep you awake at night. It can buy comfort, but it can't buy peace. It can buy company, but it can't buy connection. Some of the loneliest people I've ever met were also the most successful. I was one of them. I sat at tables full of people and felt completely alone because I hadn't learned how to be honest, with others or with myself. Let me tell you something no one likes to admit. We often hurt the people closest to us while being polite to strangers. I was short with my family and patient with coworkers. I gave my best energy to the world and my leftovers to the people I loved most. If I could go back, I would reverse that. Because careers end, titles fade. But relationships, Those are the things that echo when everything else goes quiet. One of the hardest truths I learned is that waiting to feel ready is a trap. You will never feel ready enough. Ready is a lie we tell ourselves to avoid risk. I waited to start things until conditions were perfect. They never were. Years passed. Opportunities dried up. And I realized that courage isn't confidence. It's action despite fear. If you're waiting for certainty, you're waiting for nothing. I also learned that forgiveness is not about the other person. It's about freeing yourself from carrying poison you didn't create. I held grudges for years, replaying old conversations, reopening old wounds. And all that time, the people I was angry at were living their lives, while I was stuck in the past. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing peace over pride. Here's another truth. Your body keeps score. Ignore it long enough, and it will collect its debt. I treated sleep like a luxury, rest like weakness, stress like a badge of honor. And now, at 73, my body reminds me daily of every time I pushed it too far. Take care of your health now, not later. Later is expensive. I learned that love is not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's awkward. Sometimes it's shown through presence, not words. I was looking for grand gestures when what mattered most were simple ones: listening, showing up, staying. And perhaps the most important lesson of all, the one I wish I could tattoo onto my younger self's heart, is this: time is not waiting for you. Not politely, not patiently. It's moving forward whether you are ready or not. One day you will wake up and realize you've been living on autopilot. Don't let that day come too late. If you're young and watching this, please hear me. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to be present. Call the people you love. Say the things you're afraid to say. Try the thing you're scared of failing at. Rest without guilt. Love without conditions. Live like your time matters. Because it does. I'm 73 now. I don't have 52 more years to learn another lesson. But you do. And if my mistakes can save you even 1 year of regret, then telling this story was worth it. Don't waste your life waiting for the right moment. This is the moment.